where there's smoke, there's usually some fire, and it's a little bit more than just, we're speculating at this point.
All right, next up, KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, averaged 10.1 points, 2.4 assists, 2.4 rebounds, 46% from the field, and 40.6% from deep. He's 31, but he's a solid defender.
I love it. It would make Denver squirm. Anytime you can stick it to the Nuggets and our friends up there, you got to look into it. But I'm guessing this is a big old no, is what I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, because he's got, what is it, a $9 or a $15.4 million player option. So he's either back with the Nuggets for that price, opting out to re-sign with the Nuggets, or get a payday that's even more somewhere else.
That's right.
He's not opting out of his player option with a team that he's won a title with just to take the vet minimum here. But I did want to bring him up because he's kind of the exact sort of 3-and-D archetype that you need. He's a guy that can knock down shots as a spot-up shooter. He's a guy who can take your point of attack assignments like a DeAnthony Melton or your wing assignments. He's experienced. He's played on multiple title teams. Like, he's kind of the archetype that you want to, okay, if we can find like 80% or 70% of what he brings on a vet min, that's pretty good.
So just remember this for a little while later in the show. Would not give up millions to leave a team that he won a championship with to take the vet minimum. Just remember that.
Yes, because we're about to contradict ourselves a little later.
LeBron James up next
right
on
now.
Vet Minimum Monday. 25.7 points per game, 8.3 assists, 7.3 rebounds, 54% from the field, 41% from deep. I don't know about you guys, but that screams vet men guy to me.
Well, I mean, anytime a player can give up millions for a team that they won a championship with and take the vet minimum, you have to do it, right? I mean, I think
so.
it's inevitable. And, sure, KCP wouldn't, but LeBron James is a different kind of person. So I say, hell yeah, he would. So.
I mean, if LeBron was as good as KCP, it'd be, but this guy's not.
How many drugs are you on for your back?
This guy LeBron, I mean, he's only 13 All NBA. He's still, I think he's lost a lot. And I think it's time to take.
Somebody's going to clip this.
Also
You're going to take all
you're
of
not
it.
wrong.
Hey, please don't clip this. I'm joking. I'm on some pain meds, so I might be talking a little crazy right now. No, listen. All jokes aside, I know this seems absurd, and I know there's going to be people, we probably had this conversation at nauseam already, but this is a unique situation, and such a unique situation that you have to bring it up. You have to talk about it. Dominoes have to fall. Some stars have to align. But the fact that we're actually seriously having this conversation, it kind of still blows my mind, but it's I think it's a real thing to consider.
I think Jeremy, the comments from Jeremy in the chat are hilarious. He says most likely odds of all of these so far somehow.
It's kind of crazy how that
right?
works out.
Can I real quick before I don't want to step on no one's toes, but this is the weird thing about it. So far with the people that we've said, who is clearly the best player on that list?
LeBron.
Okay. Ironically, of the people we've mentioned, I think the best shot to get any of those guys we mentioned is LeBron. So
it's a different situation.
It's a unique situation.
He's made so much money that sometimes when you have that FU money, you can make a decision that maybe isn't the logical one that people without money would make, but that you've hit that point where you could make that.
It's obviously
I'm rolling deep, so I know all about that. That's why I'm here with you.
What you think, G?
Well, I mean, the guy's a billionaire with a capital B, and I do think it's different because if you look at the teams, yes, he would have to sacrifice $48 million. That's a lot of money, and he at no point in his career has given a team a discount to help them out in that way. But I do think, like, if you look around the league, the teams that have max cap space outside of LA, the only one that was like a playoff team last year were the Magic and the Sixers. And I don't think LeBron would go to either of those places. So you're looking at a return to LA, which for me still feels like by far the most likely thing. or coming to a place that has an opportunity to draft his son, that's only an hour and a half flight from LA, that would pair him with a big three right away where he could contend, that's been in an organization that is now much more attractive to star players with an aggressive owner. Like, I'm not saying that the Suns are the most likely place for him to end up, because we know if he signed here, it would be the most insane vet minimum signing in NBA history by far.
Yeah.
So it feels very unlikely to me.
They
But
probably all make rules about it too after that happens.
yes, but where there's smoke, there's usually some fire, and it's a little bit more than just, we're speculating at this point.
Well,
Agreed.
I also think the sales pitch is drastically different to LeBron than these guys, and you play up to not ego, but desire about legacy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because if he comes in here and he wins a title with these guys, he gets to say, I did what KD and Book and Beal couldn't do by themselves. I came in here and I won this in my 40s.
And every
Cal-
other
carrying
big
these
name
guys.
too.
Yeah.
Steve Nash,
Yep.
Murray Stott. Like, you go all the way back.
Yeah, I did it in a city. I've now done it twice in a city that didn't know their ass from a championship trophy because they'd never won one. Right? I've come in and done that. So
Again, the uniqueness about this is that when you sit down and you weigh what is important to LeBron James at this point in his career, I think the three things you bring up, you obviously have to bring up money, family, legacy. The Lakers, I believe, provide the first thing, money, right? But this guy's a billionaire with a capital B, like Gerald said. When you say family and legacy, the Suns are very enticing. The opportunity to potentially play with your family and build on your legacy, get in that, that prestige room with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, that one room that NBA players are exempt from, right? He's got a chance if he can go do something like that in Phoenix. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to be Bron. I mean, it's a tough decision. It's a tough decision.